have you done to this point in your life, you know, from a business standpoint, from a government standpoint, that we should go out and vote for you to be our representative?
Well, it's a great question. The one thing I would say is, you know, I'll let the other candidates talk for themselves because, you know, we've seen so much of this kind of campaigns that just really take the process down. I will tell you, as I said at the beginning, a Republican candidate for Congress is what I am, it's not who I am. First and foremost, I'm a husband and father. I have raised a son, in my case a special needs son, beautiful kid, presented some challenges, but it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And now, as I said before, my wife and I are expecting another child. I'm blessed to have that opportunity. That family is the core of who I am. From a professional side, I've run a number of businesses since I left Congress in 2002, where I had served as Chief of Staff to Congressman Joe Nolenberg and served as a senior staff member on the House Appropriations Committee, where we actually cut spending. I was there from 1993 to 2002. And while we were there, we didn't stop the rate of growth. We actually rescinded, we cut $50 billion when $50 billion really meant something in Washington. And so we, you know, I gained the experience through that time frame there to understand how it works. Because you have to have the experience when you're working in Congress to be able to fashion the kind of coalition, to understand the policy, but to understand and to know the process, having been there. We don't have time from this district to send somebody who's going to go to Washington and take 3 months to figure out, you know, which floor the elevators go to. I know that I can go into Washington on day one and begin to make a real difference for the people of this district, of this state, and of this country. And I've done that not just from that experience over the course of 10 years, but I've run big organizations. I was the Chief Operating Officer and Chief of Staff to the Mayor of Omaha, Nebraska. It's a long story how I got there, and I was fortunate enough to get back home, but we ran City Hall. Sometimes I say it was my best job because we could actually make the kind of changes and then see them in reality out the window. And finally, I would say being a businessman myself, okay? Having the, you know, operating without a safety net, walking on that wire. Nobody gave me anything. We had to take our skills and our ideas, market those things, and make a living. And in the process, we were fortunate enough to create jobs, real jobs, which we still have. Now, I will tell you, my business does suffer when you're campaigning 16 hours a day. Suffer is not the right word. I'm spending less time on it than I have been in the past because I believe in this. But it really is, it is my life experience as a husband and father, my business and professional experience that I think distinguishes me, and then finally the ideas. Because I also believe what's important and what distinguishes me from the other candidates is I thought this through. I can tell you what I believe, what I think we need to do, and let's talk about it. But you have to have those ideas in order to make a difference. So that's fine. Let's go all the way to the back.